I'm making 10K a month working 1 to 4 hours per day. Sometimes I don't even work at all. And that's how I was able to drop out of college, to pay for my family's living expenses, travel the world, pursue my hobbies full time, because that's something nobody talks about when it comes to copywriting. They think you're gonna be working 8 hours, 12 hours a day, writing emails all day, or gonna be working a full time job or this and this. For me, copywriting is kind of like a launch pad. I see it kind of like a part time thing where I use the money so I can do other things. I don't. That's the thing I do with copywriting. So, had I reached this point where I'm making 10K a month working 1 to 4 hours a day, it's because I understood a few key principles that I want to share with you in this video. So the first one is I focus on the highest ROI activities only. See, a mistake a lot of copywriters make when they're starting out is they don't really know what to focus on. So they end up watching videos, buying courses, which is cool. You gotta invest in yourself to bridge that knowledge gap. And they're doing the lowest quality activities. Something I've heard from someone, I don't remember who it was, it's you can't build $1 million business with $10 activities. And that applies to copywriting a lot. So you gotta find out which activities you're focusing on, which aren't moving the needle forward. Let's say that's watching videos, for example. I don't know your exact situation, so I can't give you that. If you were working with me, if you were a student, I could tell you exactly what it is, but now I can't. So you gotta figure this out yourself. Put everything you're doing in a Google Doc and try to find out what's the lowest ROI activity that you're doing and how you can remove this and what you should replace it with. Okay? That's what you want to do. Then, the second thing I did to reach 10K a month is I quit mental masturbation. So, I realized I wasn't as productive as I thought. Because watching courses, watching videos, and acquiring information isn't being productive. Being productive is outreaching, writing code for your client, and finding new clients. Okay? That's what makes you productive, not learning stuff. Learning stuff is just learning stuff. You're just acquiring information. You're not putting anything to use. Reading books isn't productive either. Okay? So, instead of watching all those courses, instead of watching courses for 5 hours a day, 2 hours a day, you can just watch Netflix, man. It's the same thing. Believe me. Believe it or not, it's the same thing. Okay, maybe not the same thing, but it doesn't really help you to watch 4 hours a day of courses. Don't do this. Take action. So, here's the third thing I want to share. If you know what needs to be done, but you keep acquiring more information, you're self-sabotaging. Because think about it. If you know what needs to be done, and instead of taking action, and instead of actually moving the needle forward and getting those clients and writing code for those clients and over delivering for those clients, but you keep finding and searching for new information, you're just keeping yourself from acquiring those clients. You're self-sabotaging. The work just needs doing. That's the secret. That's the secret to making money. That's the secret to becoming a 10K a month copywriter. That work needs doing. That's it. So, the fourth thing I want to share is being picky with the projects I work on. And there's a principle here that's very important. You gotta learn how to separate bad deals from good deals from great deals. So let me explain what these are. So bad deals are, for me, deals that I would have to work like a slave, to work like for $10 an hour. That wouldn't be good for me at all. That's an awful deal. That's a bad deal. At least at my level. Or working for free. That's an awful deal. I wouldn't recommend this. So then you have good deals. Good deals are deals that maybe you want to say yes to. These are not bad. And maybe you would say yes to make the money, but you gotta think about how much money you could make if you found an even better deal. Which then leads me to great deals. So what are great deals? These are the only deals I focus on. These are the deals that, for example, a great deal would be with a 7-8 figure client, okay? Me getting paid a lot. The client has a big network, and I could create more revenue from the current client. So that's a really good deal. And at this point in my career, I don't do any type of work that doesn't pay me at least $150 per hour. I don't do this. I have some of my work pays me 1K per hour. Okay, so one of my clients, he pays me $500 per email, and I write 2 emails for him per month. And to write those 2 emails, it takes me around 1 hour for both, with a review, with acquiring information and everything. So I get paid 1K per hour for that hour. So that's a great deal. If I could replicate that and work for 5 hours a day, I could make a lot of money. So yeah. And something you don't want to do, which is which falls into the bad deal category, is working with with what I call last resort prospects, last resort clients. These are clients that you either work for free, you either work for mission, or you work for like $5 an hour. Okay, you don't want to focus on these people, because in the time you're spending writing the copy for them, you could have found a better client, a high-paying client, a 7-8 figure client, somebody who has a network, somebody who can refer you, and somebody you can upsell him into new things, so you can make more money. So that's what you want to do. And the 5th principle I want to share is something I learned from Alex Hormozi. If you don't know him, he's the $100 million business owner. He's making at least $100 million per year. And what he said is, he talked about the biggest expense, and I was paying it. I was paying the biggest expense, and it's not taxes. It's not taxes, of course. Let me give you an example. He said he was on the stage sometime, and somebody asked him, "I'm making 50K a year," and Hormozi said, "Okay, so you're paying the world's biggest expense right now. You're paying because that woman wanted to make $1 million, but she didn't know how." And Hormozi was like, "You're paying the universe $950,000 a year for not knowing how to make $1 million." Doesn't make sense, because if you subtract that, that's the result. So yeah, that's what Hormozi said, and that's the biggest expense a lot of people make. Opportunity cost. If you don't know how to do something, you gotta learn the skills to learn how to do it. Okay, so if you don't know how to make 10K a month, you gotta acquire the skills so you can make 10K a month. If you don't, you're gonna stay in the same position. And that's why I was stuck for 9 to 12 months without reaching 10K. I was, for a year of trying this thing, the most I had made was probably 2 to 3K in a month. And it was just lucky. I had just closed the project. I got so lucky. But it wasn't sustainable. And that's what you want to find. You want to find out how to make 10K a month sustainably and consistently. And that's what I show my students how to do. And if you wanna know how, just DM me, by the way, and we can have a chat about it. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to share with you about how I make 10K a month in working 1 to 4 hours a day. And if you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, see you in the next one.